leadership telling their members that they should avoid doing town halls.
You can't hide from your own voters.
It's literally
like they're not going to be mad if you don't show up. It's actually politically good advice from Richard Hudson, because this is going to happen. My concern is that DOGE has cut a lot that we don't know, and in the next few months, there's going to be goods and services that the American public does rely on, not the fat and waste that none of us like. And if you're not getting your VA benefits, if you're waiting at the Social Security office, you're going to want to go and yell at your congressman, or you're going to vote him out of office.
So that is a good answer. Alyssa gets to really be herself on other platforms. We do know her from, what is that show called? The View, where the girls really, well, she has to fight to be herself on that show. She's been putting on a good fight lately. So Bill Maher had, a panel on, that is a question, right? So there's a lot of Republicans who've been doing town halls, and they're getting, not a lot. I saw 2 videos, so let me chill out so I don't sound too much like a leftist. They've been getting kind of slammed by their constituents, like, yo, what's going on? People are losing their jobs, and we have questions about this Doge, who is the South African immigrant they call Elon Musk. I guess that would be my question. Who's just going in and just doing whatever he wants, which are very, very important questions to ask anyway, but they are asking questions like that, right? And so, there's just a lot going on in the political scheme, and so every day, I almost think that Bill Maher is going to become a Republican, and I think Bill Maher will become a Republican, because becoming a Republican really is not, I don't know, I don't think it's that much different than being a centrist Democrat, right? Yeah, okay. So let's listen to what they have to talk about. I like a good little Bill Maher clip. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it together.
The thing I would add to that is you get in Washington, D.C., and around that brick and that mortar, and it's a bubble, and you never hear what's going on in the real world. And those town hall meetings are the only way you can hear what's really going on in the real world. It's really goes against our democracy, quite frankly.
Okay. What do you, for you, David, what do you think of artists like Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda canceling tours of their shows at the Kennedy Center now that Trump has taken it over?
I've played the Kennedy Center 3 times.
Really?
And every time I've gone, I've said, why haven't you given me the Mark Twain Award? Like, usually
I should get it too.
Yeah, the last time they gave it to a writer was Neil Simon.
Wow.
Now Jeff Foxworthy's going to get it before I do. I mean, it doesn't seem fair.
So you don't understand the joke that he's making? The Kennedy Center is, it's like that, I guess it's like that government center or something. I don't know. It's like, anyway, where they go and they give trophies or, medals to people in the performing arts and stuff, and they kind of honor them, things like that. I think that Denzel Washington and stuff has won, like, a Kennedy Center, like, honor or whatever, right? And so it's kind of swayed by, I guess, who's in office kind of thing, because the president will go, and so, you'll see how the feeling is when the people are there. And so then he's like, Jeff Foxworthy's going to get a trophy or award, excuse me, not a trophy, but an award before him. And that's actually kind of funny because, Jeff Foxworthy's on the right. Y'all, and depending on who's watching this, y'all are probably like, who is Jeff Foxworthy? And I think he's a comedian, right? But he's more like a rural type comedian from the 90s kind of guy, whatever. But he's, actually well known. He had a show and everything. What am I saying? So it's funny. But the Hamilton producer of that Broadway Hamilton, I think it was like the gay Hamilton. Like, I didn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it. And it's not because, like, red state, it's too woke. It wasn't even because of that. It was just more like, I'm just not watching that. He says he's not going to play at the Kennedy Center because Trump is president. So we still have people who do these things. It's not as bad as like 2018, 2017, those kind of things, but it still kind of happens. And this is what they're talking about. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
I've played the Kennedy a bunch of times, and I got to say, I don't know that I'd go back right now, because I think the audience is going to stay away as well. And usually when I've been there, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but it sells out. And I don't want Trump to take credit. I don't want to lead to its success if he's going to claim that as a victory for himself.
You're not a dick for selling out.
No. I mean, a dick for saying it.
Right. Not a dick for that either.
Okay.
You're just not
3 times sold out. Tried to get it.
it's like weird. Like, I don't want Trump to take credit. Y'all are just really delusional. So I'm not going to play because I don't want Trump to take credit. I didn't know that he was putting your show together. These are the kind of pointless arguments that I just find really ridiculous.
I'm angry that the building was politicized. I'm angry about that.
Okay, but I will say this in defense of the other side on this one, because I watched the Kennedy Center honors this year. It was in December. It's always in December. I always watch it. And this year they honored Francis Ford Coppola and the Grateful Dead were the two famous ones, and then they have an opera singer you never heard of, and, there's 5 people who get honored. And now maybe I'm wrong because I didn't do an exhaustive study, but I was watching the show. I did not see one person in the audience or one person on the stage who you would think voted for Donald Trump. Now, this is the last month of the Biden administration. And having just lost the election, I just thought, you know what? Invite Ted Cruz. If this is supposed to be America and we're all together and you just lost, invite some of the people who you wouldn't suspect to be there. I'm sure Ted Cruz or somebody like that likes Francis Ford Coppola. Everybody likes The Godfather.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some Republicans who are Grateful Dead fans. And it's just like, no, the Mean Girls were like, no, this is our last time, and this is what you get. And now, Kevin Sorbo will be winning the next Kennedy Center.
I'm hollering because Kevin Sorbo is like definitely known as a conservative actor. I'm sure he's a Christian Zionist of some sort. He's a kind of weak guy to me. But what was the show? Drop a comment below that he was on, Hercules or something like that on UPN. I can't remember. Anyway, he's right, though. But I don't think it was always like this. Like, it wasn't. But it's like, I remember when Trump became president, then everybody just was everything was racist, down to, like, ice cream. It was like, oh, vanilla ice cream is racist. You know what I mean? And then I started to hate it. Everything became politicized. But it's not even that it started with Trump, because, to be honest, the Marxism was brought in through Obama. But the reaction to not having another Obama and Trump actually winning the election, and people, that's not my president, and all, it just was just too much, and it's been going on since then. I wonder what that is, though, because it's not just about Trump. I think that Trump accidentally really did win the 2016, his first term. I think he won it on accident, and they really didn't, because I don't think he even saw it coming. But I think it also showed to the elite, the media, whatever, like, people are starting to wake up. Trumpism is a symbol of something, of the people. It's just too bad that I feel like it's been hijacked now. But it is a symbol of the people.
Like, listen, the arts obviously skew left of center, and that's
Right,
fine.
yeah, of
I'm not
course.
looking to see
Yes,
Rob,
they
with
do.
all due respect, perform there. But I do think that how much in Beltway media the story of the Kennedy Center takeover has become a big story is just, once again, so out of touch with the middle of this country, who doesn't even know what it is outside of watching the Kennedy Center honors once a year. So I think like going overboard on it isn't the answer either.
It's just a bad attitude.
So what you're saying is there were no Republicans in the audience?
That's what I didn't see anybody throughout the whole show who I thought, oh, this is a person who voted for Trump. I just felt when they cut to the audience, it was just the usual suspects. And like, okay, I get it. You're right. It does skew left. But that's one thing that really bugs me about the left, that exclusionary attitude. And
that is what they have. They have an exclusionary attitude. But don't get it twisted. The right has it too at the times when necessary. I find myself on Twitter. Sometimes I go back and say, so if you guys don't know how Twitter works, like real quick, I'm digressing a little bit, but not really. I go back. I've made a lot of connections with MAGA, if you will. Sorry, I'm just this tip of my nose. And shout out to them. There was a time where if I request to speak, there's something called Spaces, and it's like this big chat room. It's really good though, because it's an open forum, and it's what really Twitter is for. And there were times when I would like request to speak, and I would be brought right up, and they would go straight to me, because it was good to have like, look, let's keep it real. It was like the token black girl who I'm not calling anybody racist, but it looked good. It's like, yo, I woke up to the left and the fakeness of the left, and I'm not oppressed, and da-da-da-da. Like, believe me, I'm all for it. And I still believe that, too. Like, I do. I was just saying today that that there were times in my life, there's certain things that happened that I saw, that I witnessed, and I started to realize how fake the left was, especially like Obama, Muammar Gaddafi, and everything. I just posted about that, right? Okay. But the thing about a person who's searching for the truth, especially one who has had a self-actualization to realize, like, yo, why you keep talking about being oppressed and stuff like that? Because you're really not. You continue to look for the truth. You don't stop. It's like you're constantly just trying to like pull out, layers and layers, like an onion, right? And you just keep pulling and pulling and pulling. And you get to a place where, guess what? You find out too that there's a lot going on in the right that is fake as well. And so when you find that out, you kind of get pushed over to like this darker area of the political sphere. But it's where you have to be, because the truth is inconvenient. Nobody's a victim here. Okay? It's an honor. I don't care. I'd rather be fully aware. So anywho, the right has their exclusionary times too. So everybody is guilty of it. It is what it is. It's a part of life. But like I said, inconvenient truth is where it's at, and it's still an honor. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.